This is Joe Pugh for IFLTV. We're here in Doncaster, pitchside, ahead of a huge night of British boxing in about 48 hours' time.
And Donny went up, didn't they? They did all right on the pitch this season. Yeah, Donny have gone up, and this place is going to go off on Friday night, Joe. It's going to be fantastic. It's another stadium show, which we love. We enjoyed Tottenham the other week, didn't we? And it's GBM and Izzy's first rodeo on an outdoor stage. Actually, 2 in a row with Galway at the end of June too. So fantastic night for GBM and a huge card. A wonderful homecoming for Terry Harper, defending her world title against Natalie Zimmerman, undefeated from Germany, and a stacked card. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't think I've seen a card from top to bottom like this in some time. Domestically, the fights are coming thick and fast. There's a great card in Nottingham for Kakache Wood, and again in London, and again Scotland on Saturday night with Josh Taylor. But if you look at this one, and I'm not saying that at the level maybe that some of the others are at, but at this one, I mean, even the Donny Derbies are fabulous. There's so many 50-50 fights on it, and they've all stood up, so that's brilliant. So, yeah, it's a great card, a great night for DAZN, and, yeah, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, just something you said there about kind of Nottingham, London, this show, Glasgow. They all feature Brits v Brits, which something kind of was not missing, but we've seen a lot less of compared to now. How important is it for the growth of British boxing to get the best guys in our shores fighting each other?
Yeah, it's brilliant, and it's great. What's happened with Turkey Al Sheikh and Saudi in the last 2 years has been a game changer. He's been amazing for boxing. The fighters have really benefited. Look at Josh Padley from just down the road here, going out and fighting Shakur Stevenson and have life-changing opportunity, money, and a matchroom deal off the back of it. What Turkey and Seller have done and Riyadh's season has been phenomenal. The Ring magazine, I'm honoured to be writing for them. It's fantastic what's happened. It's just great. The boxing is seeing the best fight the best. We're looking at Beterbiev and Bivol going at each other again. It's just, it's wonderful. But it's also great to have terrific fights on UK soil. We saw that with Eubank and Ben the other night, 67,000 at Tottenham. We've got Fabio Wardley against Justice Hooney at Ipswich, Portman Road, the same night actually, which is a shame, with Callum Simpson fighting in Barnsley, just near here. And I'm really close to Callum, and I won't be there because I'll be in Ipswich. So 2 on the same night. You've got Josh Taylor, Echo Esserman on Saturday night. You've got this Archie Sharp, Maxie Hughes, one of the best trade fights of the year, I think, so far, here on Friday night. All British affairs, you know, Kakache and Wood. Well, he's Irish, but it's you know, we get the message. And obviously last week with Johnny and Dave, it is brilliant to see, and the fighters from our shores are getting real opportunities, whether they're here or, as we talked off camera, Hamza Shiraz over in America coming up as well. Katie Taylor fighting over on the Netflix broadcast too. There's some amazing opportunities for fighters, and I love boxers. You know, that's why I do this business. I have respect for every single one of them that gets into the ring, at whatever level, at whatever stage, and they are the ones getting financially rewarded, and the fans are getting the best nights. I mean, DAZN's calendar, schedule, when I have to sit there every week, I have to sit there. It's an absolute pleasure and an honour, by the way.
It's not a chore, is it?
It's a pleasure to have the mic in my hand and to be sitting next to amazing people like Darren and Barry and Carl and Tony and Addy, and it's wonderful, and I'm very, very grateful and very, very lucky to have that. But you know what? Doing those promotional runs every week and saying, on DAZN coming up it's just incredible. You know, almost every day there's something from around the world happening. The shows that are coming up in May, in June, in July are unreal on DAZN. You add to that Sky and the other shows around the country, it's fantastic. So boxing's in a great place, and yeah, DAZN have also got the World Cup, the football Club World Cup coming up as well. So that's going to be amazing. So yeah, lots of good things happening. But yeah, boxing is thriving, and you and I are seeing each other all the time.
I know, more than our family, I think, at the moment. But I didn't get a chance to catch up with you on Saturday with the man who's sitting over there, Dave Allen, taking out Johnny Fisher in the 5th round of their rematch. Just your thoughts on the whole fight and everything just around it, yeah.
Well, I've definitely seen more of Dave than I have my own family. Not just in the last week, but I think in the last sort of 6 months. I mean, I've seen him so much. He's been commentating with us on the zone. He's been managing, training fighters. He's been fighting himself. And look, he had an amazing night, and he deserved it. I thought he won in Riyadh. He didn't get the decision, but I think what he won in that night was that he came back and that he proved something to himself. Jamie Moore said at the end of that 5th round, when he came back to the corner, he knew then that he had Dave Allen at his very best, and he kept him out of the fridge. He kept him in the gym, and Dave put the work in, and hard work pays off. And Johnny Fisher had a great training camp, and he was boxing nicely at times during the fight on Saturday night, and he wanted to do it so badly for his army of fans, but ultimately experience and knowledge and know-how and just the extra seasoning, I think, of Dave Allen came through, and it was a brilliant win for Dave. He got his hands on a belt for the first time. Very respectful afterwards, of course, to Johnny Fisher, and your heart went out to Johnny. I went to see him backstage afterwards, and in the dressing room, he was devastated, and it was not about him. It wasn't about the fact he lost. It was about the fact he thought he let down people, everyone that came, and I was so saddened to hear that, because he let no one down. He took that rematch. He took it like a man. He lost the fight. He'll come again. He's 26. He's got a great family, a great support around him. Yeah, maybe he'll lower his expectations for a while. Maybe we're talking Southern area English, maybe a British title challenge at some point. But Johnny knows who he is. He knows he's been late to the game, and maybe he needs to spend some time with Dave and other people who have gone through those sort of situations. And he's got great people like Jimmy and Mark Tibbs around him who know about winning and losing. And it'll be. I'll tell you what he should do. He should chat to Jamie Moore and Nigel Travers, and because they've picked up fighters, and Dave himself. There's a lot of people Johnny Fisher can go and be around, and there's a lot of people that he'll listen to. But I think Johnny's a bright guy, and I think we'll see him again, and I think we'll see him rebuild, and that's the challenge. But for Dave, wonderful. It's a great win, and now he can have a homecoming he deserves in Sheffield. I've just been told, Joe, that the darts is on in Sheffield tomorrow night, which I've got to find a way in. We're here in Doncaster on Friday, and we're going to come back to the Steel City. We're definitely going to come back when Dalton Smith fights for a world title, and Dave Allen deserves the homecoming. I mean,
he wants to come here. He just told me he wants to fight here.
Listen, Dalton and Dave together would be great, but look, Dave could do it on his own. Dalton could do it on his own. It's terrific times for Yorkshire, and it's fantastic. And Eddie's got both of them, so ultimately we love to see it. I mean, how about this, right? Dave Allen fights Deontay Wilder, and Dalton Smith fights Adam Azim, right? Now, I'm close to both Dalton and Adam, right? But I'm trying, and I'm writing a piece for the Ring magazine. I'm trying to get this fight made. Not now, but it's going to get made at some point. We all know, probably when one or two of them are world champions. Adam's got the IBO title. I think he wants one of the big four. Dalton should win one of the big four as well. Right, we'll have that. We'll have Big Dave. Maybe not even Deontay. How about Big Dave against Usyk? Come on, let's dream.
I hope Dave finished this, because we're going to bring him in. If he finishes this interview...
Can you imagine that? I just asked him about that. He sparred with Usyk, and he said he's 39-37 up on Usyk because he absolutely outfoxed him and outdone him, and then he got knocked out. But he said he got knocked out standing up, so he still got out the ring, so he still thinks he won that fight. So he wants that rematch with Alexander Usyk. Now, look, he wants to fight for a British title, Dave, but, we can all dream in this sport, and that's what it's about. And you look at someone like Josh Pandley, who was fitting solar panels, and the 3 days later he's fighting the pound for pound king and getting paid a fortune in Riyadh. You can dream in this sport, and that's why we love it. That's why we love it. Natalie Zimmerman has come over here, and she said, all I want to do is fight on DAZN. That's her dream, to fight live on DAZN. And she's getting an opportunity to fight for a world title on DAZN on Friday night. And she's just like, I am so grateful. It has been my dream to fight on DAZN. And she's getting it. Isn't that great? And isn't it a sport that hopefully more dreams come true than dreams are broken? And unfortunately, for Johnny Fisher, it was broken a bit on Saturday night, but we all love a comeback. We all love a rebuild. And that's what we're going to enjoy, the next chapter for Johnny Fisher. And for Dave Allen, he could fight anybody. I'd like to see him stay busy. I'd like to see him fight in a couple of months. I'd like to see him fight in September. I'd like to see him fight 3 more times this year, because I think he's happy, and I think we want to see him in the ring while he's happy and he's in good shape.
I've heard you mention Deontay Wilder for him. Is that a realistic fight that could be made? I know Deontay's got his comeback fight. It's another step up if he wants to get back to those upper echelons of heavyweight fights.
Why not? I mean, okay, fights I want to see this year. I want to see Fury and Joshua Tyson's getting ready for that. AJ just got to shake off an injury and we'll get that fight made. I'd like to see, I still think it's a little bit too soon for Dalton and Adam, maybe next year.
You love that fight, don't you?
I love that fight, and it's going to happen. We're going to have 2 or 3 of them, but that next year, I'd like to see, we're going to get the Better Be a Bivol fight. We're going to get Crawford and Canelo, we know that. We've got Usyk and Dubois. What other fights? I want to see Dave Allen and Deontay Wilder in Sheffield. And the reason I want to see that fight is I love Deontay Wilder. I miss him. And I saw his lovely gym. We haven't had an invitation to the gym yet, have we?
I'd like an invitation to that gym.
Invitation to that gym. And we want to see Deontay Wilder successfully come back. And then we want to see him in Sheffield. And the reason is, Joe, he loves Sheffield. He loves scuba diving. Did you know that about Deontay Wilder?
I knew he liked
and he also loves Sheffield, right? And he goes to the fish and chip shop. He loves it here.
Did he fight in Sheffield?
Do you know what? I think he did. I think he fought and he won in a round in Sheffield against Audley Harrison, I think. Yes, he did. He beat Audley in Sheffield. And of course, he's commentated with me on AJ Klitschko and Wembley. So he's been in Britain a lot, but he has friends in Yorkshire. He has a sort of backstory. So I'd like to see Deontay come to Yorkshire because he's going to have some fans. We want to see Dave Allen. It's a fan-friendly fight. It will be an amazing build-up. Eddie Hearn can make that fight happen. He can make anything happen.
2 more things, Adam. You mentioned AJ Fury there.
Realistically, I think Dave more probably fight, someone from Britain. But
David Adelaide, the British title, which he wants a British.
David Adelaide, Hughie Fury, maybe. But and respect to all those 3, they're all good fights. Actually, all good fights. But yeah, I'd like to. Dave needs a dream fight, and I think Deontay Wilder's the one.
Someone said, I can't remember who it was, but mentioned Dillian White for Dave Allen. Well, a rematch there?
Well, I've spoken to Dave about that, and he says, what's the point? Dillian beat me 10-0. He won every round. What's the point of a rematch? There's no point. He says, I fought him. Let's go and find someone else to fight. So I don't think he really fancies that. And I think Dillian also said to me the other day that he wants to fight other fighters. That he said, I've already fought Tyson, Fury, AJ. I want to fight the other fighters who I haven't fought, right? So, yeah, it's... But I'd like to see Dillian and Derek. That's another fight I'd like to tick off for 2025. I think this could be one of the best years ever for boxing. But 2025, Derek Chisora and Dillian White to go out together in a trilogy. Yes, I like that at the O2. Let's do that.
You said AJ Fury in that list there. Do you genuinely believe it happens this year? We're getting teasers from Tyson now.
Yeah, look, Tyson's great at mind games. He's got a date with Soccer Aid in June for UNICEF. Listen, he could end up in a theatre in WWE. He could end up anywhere, Tyson. But he's in great shape. We've been watching him. We've been looking at him, and he wants us to do that. He's got to fight AJ. The fight's got to happen. Will it happen this year? I mean, Joshua says he's not back till December. So if it happens in December, where does it happen? Does it happen in Saudi? Or does it happen? I mean, it should happen at Wembley, obviously, but Wembley at that time of year, they did Spurs outside in December. Maybe. Does it happen this year? That is a big question, Joe, and it's a question I'm going to struggle to answer. Does it happen? Yes. Does it happen this year? 75% chance it happens this year.
That's quite a high percentage. That's a good percentage. That's a higher percentage than we've had over the past.
Will you take that?
Yeah, of course I'll take that.
Okay, Fury Joshua this year, 2025. Come on, boys, let's get it on.
Last one. I know it's been heavily rumoured, but now it's officially announced. Barrios versus Pacquiao for the WBC title, £147. What are your thoughts on Manny Pacquiao coming back at 46, I believe, and going straight in there for the WBC world title?
It's not sunk in yet, I think, is my thoughts on that. I love Manny Pacquiao. I spent a lot of my time at Sky and my career there with Manny Pacquiao and Freddie Roach in many, many training camps. I love Freddie Roach. They're great people. They're the people best placed to answer that question, whether he's right at this stage. I don't particularly like fighters coming back after long layoffs and that activity gone, and obviously we don't want to see a sort of poor version of Manny Pacquiao. If Manny Pacquiao is 70% as good as he once was and he can fight for a world title, then yeah, it's interesting. But, I love the guy and I just want to make sure he's happy and healthy for his life. And that's the important thing. But if he's got the itch and he gets it back and he can perform up to that sort of level again, then yeah, it'd be fascinating to see the fight. And of course, we'll watch it. And of course, we want him to do well. But yeah, it's a hard one just to assess at the moment. I need a bit more time to think about it. I probably need to go and see him, actually, him and Freddie, so maybe I'll do that.
From the WBC perspective, though, installing him and kind of letting Barrios fight him for that WBC title, is that right, Adam?
This is boxing. And he's Manny Pacquiao.
There's very few exceptions.
Yeah, but ultimately, it's an entertaining business, and Turkey has turned everything on its head in the last year and a half, 2 years. He's made the unbelievable possible. He's made Frank and Eddie not only work together, but work on the same channel on DAZN together. It's extraordinary. And yeah, they're even co-promoting fights now. It's like now, I don't know what Bournemouth's all about. Is it a Frank show? Is it an Eddie show? It seems to be pushed on both sides, you know, Bellotti and Garner and Bellotti. Great fight. And this is what we want. And we want it here, and that's another one he said about being in Britain. We want it here, and we want the fights in Saudi, because that's where Turkey and Salah and they've delivered, and they've backed it all up, and they've made everything's possible now. So yeah, I guess if you're a Manny Pacquiao and you're a big name, or you're a Floyd Mayweather, or you're over here a Kell Brook, maybe someone like that, you can just sort of turn up and fight in a big fight. I guess that's what they're saying. But look, I love fighters, and I just want fighters to not only to have great careers, but to have great lives after. I'm really passionate about that. And you know, I've heard some difficult stories in recent weeks about fighters who haven't had, you know, the best of times lately, and it still bothers me. It still troubles me when we've spent so much time, you know, admiring them through their careers. But there's some good stories too. I saw Jamie and Gavin McDonald yesterday. They'll be here on Friday night, and they're plastering away these days. They're okay. They're all right, and you just want to see them okay, fighters. And yeah, fighters that have made a lot of money, like Manny Pacquiao, sure. But yeah, as long as he's healthy and he's right, and the people around him are confident, great. Let's have him back.
Adam, thank you very much. Tune into DAZN Friday night for a big night of boxing.
Huge night.
On that centre circle, about 20 metres away from us.
That's it. Back to back, Friday, Saturday night, live on DAZN. Nowhere better to watch boxing.
Adam, thank you very much, mate. Thank you. Cheers, Adam.